Star Wars SC-38 fan film. This is a really great fan edit from Fxitinpost, the YouTube channel. And these folks have been working on this for about 2 years now. And it just released last week on the internet. And it was incredible to see just how fast this took off on the internet.
Something like 4.5 million views in 3 days.
Mm-hmm. It was absurd. And what they do is Scene 38 in A New Hope, the original 77 film, is the duel between Kenobi and Vader. And they've taken like a very basic duel that was done intentionally by Lucas, and they infused a lot of new footage and fast camera angles and like force abilities. And it makes it quite a bit more intense.
It feels a lot more like a Revenge of the Sith fight scene than it does two old men poking each other with sticks.
Basically, okay. Part 2 to the duel on Mustafar.
Okay, very cool. Well, do you have anything you want to say, Jesse? That was a really short response.
No, I mean, it didn't surprise me that this went viral. I mean, great job. You know, it's visually, it's good and everything. I do have my complaints, you know, and they're like, in particular, the only thing I had a complaint on was when he strikes Obi-Wan down. It's not a, you know, at the neck, like a decapitation thing. It's like across the body. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure why they changed that. I would actually love to find out why they changed that. But, you know, and when you look back on this, that duel, I mean, they had a lot of limitations when they were making the movies and everything initially. So, you know, of course, I love that classic duel, but that's the first lightsaber duel we ever get.
But it was supposed to be this, you know, the idea was these two old men that were wielding, you know, these very powerful, you know, the swords were described as Excalibur. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But then you see that scene in Rogue One where you know that Vader can still go through a hallway and slice people. So, like, when people are like, well, this completely defeats the purpose and Vader couldn't do it. Well, now he can. Because of Rogue One, now he could do that stuff.
And I think one of the things, you know, fans, well, he would maybe be fighting like very like he's potentially afraid of Obi-Wan. That's how I always kind of looked at it, you know, before we had Rogue One, you know. And then after Rogue One, it was like he's very afraid because, I mean, Obi-Wan really wrecked his day, you know, 18 years ago. Mm-hmm. I mean, he lost another arm, both legs, became a crispy critter. You know, you're going to be like, okay, I haven't seen this guy in 18 years. Is he going to be just as powerful or, you know, something? You don't know what to expect.
Like if Lucasfilm wants to go in and do some edits, this would be an edit I'd be like, okay, I'm totally down.
Now, some people really crap on it, though, because they say, well, it doesn't match the original footage well, and it's not even the right whatever.
It's a fan film.
I mean, come on. Just have fun with it, right?
It's better than what I could do.
I mean, absolutely. That's the way I look at it. Like, it's just fun.
I mean, this was even better than what I could imagine.
But I feel like if they had the capability back, you know, in the late 70s to give you that kind of duel, that's what you probably would have saw. They just didn't have that ability back then. So yeah, you had that slower pace fight.
And there were two things in this fight scene that I absolutely loved, barring the like smoke at the beginning on the floor. That was just weird. But there's one scene where Vader's like, let me show you the true power of the Force. And then this scene like is very reminiscent to the Count Dooku Yoda Obi-Wan scene in Attack of the Clones, where just all sorts of crates and boxes start flying everywhere and Obi-Wan's got to slice them up. I thought that was really cool.
I thought it was really great. I just like the fact that the way the camera work was done is I felt like I was falling with Kenobi when he gets thrown up against the wall. There's that force push that sends Vader backwards. Like, I felt like I was with that. And I just think that should be celebrated a little bit more. Like, that's a different way of telling a Star Wars thing, you know? Instead of just like these wide shots and like a standard close-up, like, that felt action-packed, and I got sweaty watching it. Like I was like, geez, I just feel like I got worked.
I really loved when Vader, and I think we were talking, you like this too, he throws a lightsaber and it sticks in the wall, and then he uses the Force to slide it to the right to try to chop off Obi-Wan's head, and Obi-Wan has to duck. I thought that was really cool.
I agree. And what I'm really excited about is I reached out to Christopher, who is credited as the director and executive producer, I believe, of this project. I reached out to him via email. They're going to come on our show. We think it's going to be next week.
Awesome.
That they'll be on our show, and we'll be able to ask some questions about their fan film, and we obviously want you to be with us for that conversation. We'll try and leave some time for Q&A. But really trying to do like a solid like 6 to 8 minute interview with them, do a couple audience questions. But it should be a lot of fun, just learning like how they approached it and the hoops like they had to go through, because we're kind of like in a time of the fan film. Like we just had Star Wars Theory, who did his Vader movie,
which was completely like nothing original about that, where these guys, they were actually using actual clips and bits from the actual movies.
And I'd love to know how they got how you got Alec Guinness's face in the hood. Like it just matched so well.
Photoshop.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
computers.
When we were at Celebration, though, I mean, Steve Heineman pointed this out. There are some really spot on cosplayers out there that you would actually think they were the actor, with a quick glance or something. And that's what we kind of. Anytime you saw Obi-Wan's face in this, it was heavily kind of hooded and cloaked, so that kind of helps there. So it's amazing what you can do with makeup. If you know anything about makeup or cosplaying, you can definitely pull it off.
I'm with you, and I'm excited for what's in store for us. I want to see more from them. And in case anyone maybe like you got up to go to the bathroom or something, because you can do that when you listen at your own home. We are going to have the guys from Fxitinpost on our show, we believe, next week, where we're going to be able to talk with them about how they went about making Star Wars SC 38 Reimagined.
Thank you for watching Beyond the Blast Doors. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. Beyond the Blast Doors, a Star Wars conversation.